crowd lost their shit as if this was LL Cool J. And they have two just random dudes racing the cow.
It's the world's fastest cow. Come on.
Some dude dressed as a cow who clearly used to be a track and field star at the university and couldn't get a job elsewhere because the job market sucks. So he was like, you know what? Put me in a cow costume. Yeehaw! It's Calgary. This crowd, I swear, I thought the game was like, I thought maybe I missed something, like I zoned out and came back and the score was getting closer. And then on top of that, Jake Mayer and the Stampeders come back and they make a game of it. They're within a touchdown, and there's 8 minutes or so, and all of a sudden there's about 30 people in our section, not just the arena, our section, that get up and leave. And I don't understand this. Gotta beat the traffic. This isn't Calgary. This isn't fucking Vancouver. This isn't Toronto. What traffic do you have to beat? The traffic that you cause is the traffic that you're trying to beat. So when you leave 10 minutes early, you're causing the traffic. It took us what? Getting out of there took us what? 15 minutes?
If that.
And we parked right at the stadium.
We actually got a parking pass for the stadium.
So, you're telling me that you have to leave it might have been a 2-score game at most. It's a season opener to beat traffic on a Thursday night. Oh boy, those Calgary roads are gonna be full of people on a Thursday. It drives me nuts. And it's not just the thing is it's not just McMahon Stadium and it's not just the Calgary fans. It's fans not just Stampeders fans, it's Calgary fans. You go to a Roughnecks game, you go to a Hitman game, you go to the goddamn Flames. People are gotta leave early, it's a tie game, boy, yeah, but still the traffic, I can listen to the game on the radio. Why would you do that again?
Do that again.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Monday, July 3rd. I can't even get through it.
You can't even get July 3rd out and his voice cracks.
This is the Hughes Sports
This is Jake going through puberty. Let me move the mic closer.
This is the Hughes Sports Podcast. I am your host, of course, Jake Hughes, and inside the same room as me, the old man.
He's right there. I can touch him. So if he pisses me off tonight, I can punch him.
Old man, how the hell are you doing?
I'm doing good. Well,
even after that game that's probably still finishing up, according to the CFL.
According to the CFL, we're literally on CFL.ca, and they say there's 8 minutes and 1 second left in the fourth. We came up here with 3 minutes, that 3-minute warning.
We're time travelers. What can we say?
We're time travelers. So, yeah, this wasn't the best game for BC, I'll say. Yeah.
But we'll get into that a little bit later.
We will, because today, starting it off.
Today, we promised you a podcast last week that someone decided we should cancel. Probably for the best, because my voice is barely holding up as it is. So, let's go through the Canucks.
Should we discuss why your voice is so screwed up?
I mean, I went to a concert. I don't think that's...
If you're sick, I'm going to kick your ass.
I'm not sick.
That's all I'm saying. Okay,
so what day was it? Wednesday night. That was, feels like forever ago. Round 1 of the draft happened.
Yes.
And we had
was it Wednesday night?
Yeah, Wednesday was the first night of the draft.
Okay.
Round 1 of the draft. Thursday was day 2, all day Thursday. What?
I almost burped.
No, good job. I'm proud of you. This is why we don't normally do things together in the same room. Canucks had pick 11. We had talked about I was expecting big things. The league was expecting big things from any team.
Just do something. Somebody do something. We all knew which order things were. I mean,
No.
the top 4 pretty much everybody knew.
The top 4, after Bedard, it was which order do you take?
Yes.
Leo Carlson.
But they knew
Fantilli,
who was going to go.
Will Smith.
It was just a matter of which order they were going to go with.
And there were some weird out of order decisions. The fact that drafting at 8th overall, Philly got Michkov, which, and mark my words, he is the second best player in the league, or available at the draft. Skill wise,
Who?
Michkov is the second best player on skill.
Really?
Yes. Teams didn't want to wait 3 years, 3 years for him to come over from the KHL because that's how long his contract is. Plus, all the instability in Russia kind of throws things for a loop. It came out after the draft. I think it was after the second day of the draft. Elliot Friedman put a report out there that Michkov went to Philly. They canceled practice, closed out media. They didn't say why at the time.
Should be looking
And
at the
Michkov basically pitched Philly and was like, pick me.
Oh, really?
I don't want to go. There's 3 places he wanted to go. The other 2 were never announced.
Oh, okay.
He wanted to go to Philly.
Interesting.
So whether there's a option that teams didn't know about, whether there was an out clause, hey, if you pay me this sort of bonus money, I can get myself out of this contract a bit early. Who knows what that conversation looks like, and we'll never know.
No.
But
wasn't there, like, I know Bedard was going to be first no matter what.
Yeah.
But in scoring in the WHL,
yep,
there was Bedard, and then who was in who?
Fantilli.
Fantilli was up for a draft as well.
Yeah, he went 4th, 3rd.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, if you look at this draft, the top end talent of this draft would be the top 5 picks in any other draft.
Oh, really?
The Tom Willander, the pick that the Canucks made at number 11, a 6 foot, 180 pounds, 17-year-olds
Yeah.
would go in the top 5 most years.
Oh, really? Okay.
Consensus pick, he was about that 15, 16 level.
Oh, okay.
Canucks picked based off of their desire or their need in the playoffs, or in their organization, sorry.
Right.
And in that, you saw that I think the 3 picks that they had in the first 3 rounds,
Yeah.
because they had 2 in the 3rd round, 1 in the 1st round, they picked defensemen.
Yes.
They picked more defensemen in this draft than they had previously, I believe, in the 7 years prior combined.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The last defenseman the Canucks picked that worked was Quinn Hughes. Before that was Ole Julevi, which was a bust.
Right.
We picked a pick before Matthew Tkachuk. Like, absolutely wild. But in Tom Willander, you get a bona fide. I don't think he'll be ready this year. I think next year, I think this year he'll play out his season at Boston University because he has already committed to them.
Okay.
Or Boston College, sorry. He committed to Boston College, which has deep ties with the Canucks with Brock Besser going there. They also have a prospect coach that's out of Boston College. It's also a very rare move for a Swedish prospect because he's playing in a men's league.
Oh, okay. Yep.
His rationale behind it all was that he viewed I'm trying to think of the words and give my voice a rest.
He's struggling. I can hear it in his voice. He's troubling talking.
Troubling talking.
Yes.
The thought process in coming to the NCAA at this point in his career is 100% based off of the fact that he is going to be able to develop his game. So in Sweden,
we're talking about this guy here,
Tom Willander.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Tom Willander is he said in Sweden, this is a league where they're trying their hardest to win no matter what.
Right.
That means I might not get all the top line shifts. Boston College and NCAA hockey looks at it and says, we're developing you to be a better person and a better hockey player.
Right. Okay.
He's going to go there and there's less travel, there's less things going on.
Right.
He's going to be able to develop himself as a hockey player.
Right. That makes sense.
Right? So
Yeah, that makes sense.
as my voice goes on.
He's dying over here, folks. That's what you get for going. He went to see Blink 182, and this is what he gets.
I saw them on Friday. It's now Monday.
So, who did they take second?
Well, they didn't have a second round pick.
Yeah, but who was their second pick?
Their second pick, and I have to pull this up because
I thought you had it.
That would have been smart.
Oh, I thought that's what you were doing before we went on air.
No, I was getting all the other information
Yeah.
for the podcast up and
Folks,
ready.
it's hard to find good help nowadays.
I am going to beat you.
He's going to beat me. Ooh. So we're just looking it up. So draft
Let me
picks.
go back because that's not going to give me what I wanted.
No, that's not what he wants.
This is what I want.
There you go.
We picked. Oh my goodness! First round, obviously Tom Willander. Tom Willander.
Yeah.
Third round, Hunter, and try to get this name right. Bruce Etchwich, as I believe.
Ooh, that's a mouthful. There's like 30 letters in that name.
Yes,
And only one vowel.
another young right shot defenseman.
So that's two. The first two were right shot defensemen, and that's what we need. We need somebody to play with Hughes, right?
And these guys are going to be a year or two away, so that coincides with what the Canucks did at free agency. But their third pick, the second in the third round, the 89th overall, was Sawyer Mineo, BC boy, hometown Kamloops. I don't know much about him, to be completely honest. He was not on my radar.
Well,
because,
he's 5 goals, 26 assists.
but 1 goal, 3 assists in 19 playoff games. But he's a shutdown defenseman, supposedly.
Yeah, so we'll see.
I did a lot of looking into the first and second rounds.
Yeah.
But I didn't look into the third.
How many rounds is there?
7.
Holy crap.
Yeah, other than that, there's a lot of players
That we're never going to see or hear of again.
However, Aiden Celebrini from
171st pick overall.
Yes, from North Van, BC.
18 years old, shoots right, 6'1", 187 pounds. He's a defenseman
North Van.
from a North Van.
Now, Aiden Celebrini's name might be familiar to hockey fans.
Yeah, what?
Because Celebrini, his younger brother, Macklin Celebrini, is next year's projected first overall.
Oh, really? Oh, very cool.
Now, Aiden Celebrini's a long shot to make the NHL. It's a long shot to make the AHL, to be completely honest. You're at a 6
5 goals, 16 assists in 47 games.
But anything's possible.
Yeah.
And he has a talent to at least get drafted.
So what I'm looking at here, I'm going to give you a voice arrest. What I'm looking at here, as a fan of the Canucks, but not a nerd, I look at the whole entire draft as a full picture and all the hype that was going into it because of Bedard, of course, and it's going to have the Bedard hype. Bedard's going to have that hype for the next couple of years. It was a yawner. To be honest, there wasn't anything spectacular happening.
There was no shocking trade.
No.
So when
for a casual fan, it was a yawner. For nerds,
when Patrick Alvin went to go put in his pick, there was a conversation. He has refused to talk about that conversation. Onlookers told me that the two people on the phone were Buffalo, who had the 15th overall pick, and Vancouver, Patrick Alvin. There's only two teams on the phone. What was discussed, I will never know. We will never know.
Who could? Well, so okay, let's play this. Let's play this out. You're Buffalo.
Yep.
Who do you have? Like off the top, I wouldn't know a Buffalo freaking player if you could just make a name up, and I'd have to agree with you. But who would Buffalo have that we would trade away 11th to pick 15th?
So I pulled up, just so everyone knows, I pulled up Cap Friendly here. Buffalo doesn't have a lot of names that we care about.
Yeah.
But you know what Buffalo does have? $5,876,000 of cap space.
Holy crap and doodles.
If you pick up the phone and say, hey, do you need to pick your guy at 11th? Can you wait till 15th? If you wait till 15th, you give us the 11th, we'll take cap dump.
Oh, okay.
Tyler Myers, a Garland, a player that they've been actively trying to shop. Obviously, it wasn't good enough for Alvin. They felt that they needed to make that decision to draft him at
Okay.
11,
Okay.
even though a lot of people had Tom Willander available at 15, 16, 17.
Right.
But what
Well,
conversation?
that's what I heard. I was talking to a kid down the road about your age, one of our neighbor's sons, and he was saying he felt they left a lot on the table, a lot of talent on the table by taking Willander first.
They did, and no, without even a doubt, they left talent on the table. The best player would have been a BC boy that I can't remember his name off the top of my head, and this is terrible.
Yeah.
So
Adam Fantilli went third.
Third, yes. Oh God, what's his name? Keep going. Keep scroll faster. 9.
Sorry, we're just going through the different picks. So we got 11 was Arizona.
Not Daniel.
Zach Benson, left wing from Winnipeg. Oh no, he played in Winnipeg.
He's from BC originally. He's a BC boy. Based off of skill, he should have been the best player. He was the best player available at the time.
But do we need another left winger more than we need?
Do we need another smaller framed winger?
Yeah.
In comparison to what we needed was a right shot defenseman.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I get it. There was talent left on the table.
Yeah.
I think they made the best decisions.
Well, for what we needed, because we need, obviously, I can't see, even though Alvin says Myers is going to be on the team.
Of course he is. If he was to say we don't want him on our team.
Well, then his value drops down drastically.
Exactly.
Right. So I can't see Myers being on the team. The little chaos draft. Little. And so we need that right hand player that can step in sooner or later. And I think we still need to make moves. And we're going to get into free agency here.
And I think free agency shored up a lot of those moves.
What did they do in free agency? Who did we get?
So day one free agency, it was quiet for the Canucks, which was great because I was very tired. I didn't get home until about 1:30 in the morning.
A school night, folks. A school night, and he's at a concert.
First time out. No, it wasn't. It was a Saturday.
Oh.
The concert was a Friday night.
What were you doing on Tuesday night?
Tuesday night?
Well, you said you were out late.
What are you talking about?
You said you were really tired and you were out late.
For a free agency.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was confused.
Guys, this is the normal things I have to deal with.
Look, did you see that? That's elder abuse.
First day went by very, very... This is why we can't do in person. First day went by and it was very quiet.
Very quiet.
Which, again, I really appreciated. Then at about noon our time, so 11 a.m., the Canucks tweeted out, very nice, signed Ian Cole, a defenseman Ian Cole, center Teddy Bluger, easy for me to say, and Tristan Nielsen had signed.
Oh.
So Ian Cole, 34-year-olds, older defenseman, stay at home, shut down D-man.
Right-handed?
I don't know off the top of my head. He's played for the Lightning. He's won cups.
Oh.
He knows what he's doing.
Cool.
1-year deal, $3 million.
I'll take that.
Slight overpayment, and I will say this until I no longer talking. When you pay for a veteran presence on free agency,
you're going to overpay.
You're going to overpay, which is fine.
But it's a 1-year deal. It's not like it's a 8-year, $8 million.
Exactly. It's not the type of deals that we as Canucks fans have come to assume with Benning at the helm.
Yeah.
Looking at the article that you can see on Hughes Sports.ca.
Let's talk about that. All your articles are now going to be
on Hughes Sports.ca. Hockey, any type of news regarding hockey, Vancouver Canucks, BC sports in any way is going to be posted on HughesSports.ca, and I'm looking forward to bringing a lot more coverage to the site.
Yes, it should be cool.
Looking at his stats, he's a very average defender. Very average. This is gonna blow your mind,
folks. Can you share that screen?
With a lot of work. Yes.
Oh, okay. So don't share it.
No,
but he sent me this. He texted me the screen he's showing. It's really bizarre. It's like the nerdiest thing I've ever seen you send me.
So in the offensive zone,
Yeah.
even strength offense, he's minus 0.07 expected goals for per 60, which means he is 0.07 less than the most average basic player.
And folks, pay attention here. Pay close attention. Nerd! Holy crap. Like, you should see this.
He draws 30%. He draws less penalties than he takes. He's a strong physical defenseman. You don't have to look at it.
They wonder why I drink.
I believe that his flexibility in playing both sides of the ice. I know he is able to play both sides of the ice, left or right side. Get your mind out of the gutter, you sicko. Allows him in a pinch to be able to jump up and play with Quinn Hughes.
Oh, cool. Okay.
In my opinion, he should be a third line center. Or sorry, a third pairing guy.
Yep.
What are you looking for?
For my Kleenex. Goddamn cleaners came in and they moved everything. Anyways, carry on.
So that was the first signing that they announced. Second signing was one Teddy Bluger, whose real name is Theodor Theodor's Blugers. Yeah, very confusing.
Let's go, Teddy.
Yeah, that's why
easier.
That's why he goes by Teddy.
Yes. Theodor's Blugers.
He is a solid bottom line center, third or fourth line center, bottom six center.
Okay.
And that's what he's being paid. He's being paid $1.9 million for 1 year.
Cool.
Nothing. It's not a look at this. He's great, but wins faceoffs. He's fast, can get it in forecheck, and it's things we need. He can kill penalties. Exactly what we need.
Cool.
I keep hitting the wrong buttons here.
You do.
I didn't create a graphic for it. Tristan Nielsen, they signed, is a 23-year-old undrafted player.
Oh.
So the Canucks brought him in. He played, it's a 2-year, two-way deal.
Yeah.
So he's going to be playing down in the American League more than likely. Came in last year, or 2 years ago, with Abbotsford, and really just showed how someone who tries and has passion can make an effort and make an impact.
Oh, cool.
In my opinion, you'll see him at like the prospects camp and everything. Yeah. I don't see him getting anything above that this year, but he could.
Oh, okay.
If he comes in and has a great camp, maybe he's your first pairing or your first line in Abbotsford. But I don't think he's going to be a impact player. He might be a guy who comes up and down.
Yeah. He's somebody you can bring in if you got an injury.
But not just that; it's found money. You found him without having to pay an asset. You didn't use a draft pick. You found him.
Yeah.
He played in Vancouver. He played for the Giants. Might as well
give it a try.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
Then the big signing.
The big signing.
Carson Soucy, $3.25 million a year for 3 years.
Now, Carson played for the Knights.
Nope.
Oh, who was it that played for the Knights?
That was Bluger.
Oh, that was Bluger. Okay.
Yeah, coming off the Stanley Cup win.
Okay.
So Carson Soucy is exactly what we needed. Left shot defenseman will be more than likely paired with Filip Hronek.
Oh, okay.
Probably will be your top penalty killer. Basically, he was playing on the Kraken, and they just didn't have space for him. He was the third pairing guy, and it was impossible for him to move up. Vancouver, there's a lot more room for you to move up on the defensive side.
Nice.
Hard physical.
But he's not going to play with Hughes, obviously, being left-handed.
Correct. But I just want to finish this. Hard physical, and you need that brooding, you want to touch PD presence.
Yeah.
He's your guy. He goes out there and he'll go number hunting if you need him to.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Right? So
cool.
Adds that grit that's a lot of people, or the team doesn't have right now.
Yeah.
Those are kind of the big four signings of day one. They've made a couple smaller signings that don't really do much in ways of news even.
Yeah.
I'm still expecting something because as per Cap Friendly, and I brought it up here, we are $2 million in
under?
No, $2 million over the cap space.
Oh.
However, there is long-term injured reserve with Tucker Pullman more than likely. However, Tanner Pearson, it sounds like, is fully healed, so he should be.
What about
back?
Sutter? What happens with his salary? Like
His
off the
contract.
books?
His contract was up. Yeah.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sutter's Brendan Sutter. Brendan
Mhm.
Sutter is the one who has long COVID. And he's been out for 2 years. Any word? Like, have we heard whether he's coming back or?
I don't think so at this point.
No.
I mean, he was already an older player. Like, he was, I say older player, 35, 36.
Yeah.
He was already past his prime.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you take 3 years off to deal with a issue like long COVID. You're never going to be the same again.
No. Trust me. I know.
So
I drink beer and I know things.
So in reality, we might have $20,000 of cap space left.
Jesus, that's not a lot.
But
They couldn't even hire me for that.
no, they could.
No.
Hey, we want you to come and hang out with the Canucks all day for $50,000.
I said 20. 50, I would do it.
Oh, I
20?
think 20. Yeah, no, that's
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it for 20.
However, I don't know if we have. I haven't done a big deep dive onto this. Maybe I'll do that this week. Is projected lineup
Yeah.
for using this roster right now and whatever moves happen. Project opening
Because you
lineup.
figure I still think they're going to dump Myers.
You might.
And what is Myers being? What's Myers on?
$6 million.
So that's a huge.
But
dump.
if you get rid of Tyler Myers, you have to replace him with someone.
Yeah, you're not replacing him. I mean, you could spend the $20,000 and get someone better than Myers.
I think and
Chaos. That's all that guy does. There's always one defenseman I freaking hate with the Canucks,
which is fine. But if we look at it right,
yep,
and say Hronek and Soucy play second line minutes, right? Ian Cole and Tyler Myers play third line minutes, and we either find
So you're going to give the guy playing third line $6 million?
I don't give a shit how much you make. You play where you're best sit.
Yeah, I know, but that's
your best situation.
That's why
is to limit his minutes.
Can you not drop him? Like get rid of him?
How?
Like trade him?
How? He's owed a $5 million bonus in September.
Oh Jesus! Why didn't we buy that mother out?
Because it's not worth it.
Damn it!
Because I think you'd have, and I'd have to look at this up, and I can do it, but I believe your cap hit for this year
Would still be like
$4 million, and then you'd have another $2 million the year after.
Yeah,
so it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Or vice versa, right?
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
no, the only thing I can think of is, and it was talked about on a podcast or on a radio show on Halford and Bruff. There was a
you
deal.
You can catch them on any podcast streaming service you want.
Or 6:50 every morning.
Every morning.
Sportsnet 6:50.
And then it's replayed again. That's what I always listen to.
Oh,
and it's replayed in the afternoon sometimes.
Sure.
There you go. Anyway.
Sure. According to them, Halford and Bruff had, I believe, Frank Saravelli on.
Oh, really?
Who might be in a little bit of hot water right now. That there was a deal on the table for Myers with San Jose.
That's what I heard, yeah. So that's why I say, will he be on the team? I hope not, but time will tell.
Again,
right?
I'm okay if they can limit his minutes to be a second, third pairing guy. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Like, you've got players down in the AHL. It doesn't show us here.
Yeah.
But you've got players in the AHL who've proven that they can play with Hughes.
Okay.
Hughes can protect a lot of people.
Yes.
Hughes can make an average defender look great.
Well,
because he is fantastic.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's about balancing that. It's about balancing that. And I think the Canucks, and I posted it and I've said it and I'll keep saying it, this is the first year in about 10 that I can say the Vancouver Canucks said they needed to do something.
Yeah.
They did it. And everything makes sense.
Well, you wrote an article about that.
Everything
where
makes sense.
You said it just makes sense.
There's not a signing of or a trade for OEL when you have 1 year left on all these terrible contracts.
You should fire that up on our website. I know you're putting it on another website that we walked away from, but you should fire it up on our website.
If I have it, I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Because it's a good one. I like that one. It made sense.
Now, what is going to happen is a very good question.
Well, that's just time's going to tell, right?
We
could sit and talk for hours on, they could do this or they could do that.
And at this point, we just wait.
Yeah. It's going to be I think the next 2-3 weeks will really show who's going to be playing where.
Yeah, and you're gonna see a bunch of different things. Today was day 3 of the development camp.
Yes,
which had all of the draft picks, all of the younger players, prospects, and everything brought out to Abbotsford or to Vancouver to train with the team.
So who's the one player that you can see on the Canucks roster, I'll say?
Yeah.
Not necessarily like whether they're in Abbotsford, but have the Canucks have available.
Yep.
Who do you think that one player that could be the diamond in the rough that everybody else is overlooking?
I think Jack Rathbone. I've always thought very highly of Jack Rathbone.
Yeah.
Aidan McDonough as well, and Archie Bain. So those are 3 names. And I mean, they're going to get a little bit of attention in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Archie Baines is a Vancouver.
And they're going to be playing on Abbotsford this year, starting.
Yes.
Probably.
I would, again, if I was to be in control for one day, I would bring Jack Rathbone into training camp.
Well, he'll be at a training camp.
I would put him with Hughes right away. You guys go.
Just
You guys are pairing.
See what they look like.
Because they're identical. They're almost identical in player type.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hey,
why not?
Why can Hughes do it and you can't? You can figure it out. I know he can. Like his skill is there. It's just getting the pieces. And I think there's been enough time and there's been a lot of discussion of, has the team given up on him? I don't think that's true. I think it just needs to get that opportunity to prove it.
And Hughes now is old enough that he can actually be a mentor to these guys, right? We always think of Hughes as a young kid, but he's 4 years in the league now? 3?
I think Hughes is younger than Rathbone.
Yeah, but how many years has he been in the league? Hughes?
4, I think.
4 now, right? So he's like, is he a vet? I don't know what you would call a vet nowadays.
Technically, yes.
Right?
By all counters, yeah.
5 years.
This will be his 6th year in the NHL.
Yeah.
I mean,
first year doesn't count.
18, 19 technically doesn't.
Yeah, so 4 years.
No, it does count.
Why?
Because that burned a year off his contract.
Oh, yeah,
5
it did.
games.
Yeah, it did. So, but you know what I'm getting at there is he can now mentor, whether you're younger. Age has nothing to do with mentorship,
you can still mentor.
as you know.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's going to be... am I super excited about what's going to be happening? No, if Bedard was on my team, I'd be super excited, but they fucking those
Black Hawks
got him. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting next month. The league, I think September starts preseason. No, yeah. I think it was September they came out with the preseason.
Yeah.
And then October 16th is the first game of the season. If my memory, that's not been the best, but I believe it is, I believe it was the end of September 25th. So we've got like 3 months basically.
This might not be correct.
Yeah.
No, it's 23-24.
Oh, right. Yes, it is.
There it is.
It's going to be around the same time, though, isn't it?
24th.
Yes, September 24th. So it'll be interesting to see. What happens.
One key thing, and we didn't talk about it when the schedule was released, no split squad games this year.
Oh, really?
No split squad games. So
on
the 24th, when they come to Calgary,
they'll be the full team.
Well, it'll be game 1 team of preseason, but you're not
going to take your vets.
You might take a couple vets.
Yeah, but not.
Again,
if you're going to play your full vet roster.
If you're going to do something like I said with Jack Rathbone and Quinn Hughes, you might see Quinn Hughes with Rathbone.
Yeah.
But you're not going to see your full team.
No.
That's going to be saved for the October 6th game,
which we should go to.
That's in Vancouver.
Oh, it's in Vancouver. We can't go to that.
See, that's the at and that's the versus. I know it's very confusing for CFL fans sometimes.
Yeah.
But at means they're at a place, and versus means they're at home.
Oh.
I'm just throwing it out there.
God, it's elder abuse.
It's not elder abuse. I'm younger than you.
I hope so. Somebody on CFL Chatter. You guys want to have a howl? Go to CFL Chatter. It's a howl.
It's a Facebook. Just so you know, it's a Facebook group.
Oh yes. And they were calling Jake and I the Hughes brothers, and I'm like, dude. If you're going to insult us, at least get it right. Well, it's father son. I know I look really young.
Or do I just look really old?
One of the two, eh?
One of the two. Before we get into the CFL coverage, we talked about it before, HughesSports.ca. We're going to be hitting you guys with all the news, all the insights, everything you can possibly ask for. Hopefully 7 days a week, if not 5 days a week. We're going to be hitting you guys with reviews, game reviews. As we get closer to the NHL season, I might make a promise that I regret, but we'll see what happens.
What?
I'm not making it public on the air yet.
I don't even know. He just does these things.
Yep. So check out esports.ca. There is a way.
Check out what?
Hughesports.ca.
That's not what it came out as. It came out as esports.ca, and I was like,
I think you need
it's
to.
a helium. It's the helium in your lungs.
I think you just need to get your hearing
It's
aid.
Kevin and Mickey Mouse here.
I think you need to get
Actually,
your
your voice is doing really well.
I think you need to get your hearing aid.
What?
Yeah, exactly. Turn the volume on that hearing aid. Hughesports.ca. There will be eventually, and I'm trying to figure it out. I'm fighting with the site right now to add a newsletter. Sign up so you can put in your email address, and we will be able to be able to get all of our news right into your inbox. I can make it so it's a. You guys tell me what you want. If you sign up to the inbox, I'm going to make it an option. I'll send you guys a welcome email. You tell me if you want something daily, if you guys want something as the news comes through, or if you guys want something
I see what
weekly.
you're saying. Yeah, maybe just
I think
they do a weekly.
Well, I think I can.
Newsletter?
I think I can set up independent for each individual subscriber. So if someone wants daily news, or as the news comes
That's
in,
a lot.
they automatically get it.
But you would have to do a
Nope.
lot of writing.
Nope.
Oh, you get it from.
Like you would, as soon as I post, if you're in this group,
Oh, I see.
you
what
would
you're
get it
doing.
right
Okay,
away.
gotcha.
Otherwise, it'll wait.
So
until
it's
a week.
not necessarily like an article that you're going to get an article every day.
No, it's when there's
just
when there's a news part posted, you'll get it in your email
Gotcha.
inbox.
Gotcha. Okay, that'd be cool.
But yeah, let's jump into
The CFL.
week number 4.
So before we get to the games, I got to tell you, this kid over here, he's been causing a lot of issues.
Look, all I did was present the facts in a way that apparently upset some people. And I want before you go any further, I just want to apologize for the fragile egos that the Winnipeg Blue Bombers have. That you guys that you guys think your team is so infallible that you guys think that it was a bad showing by the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, not the fact that the BC Lions are the only team to shut out a team in the CFL this year. The only team to do that.
And held the best team for the last 3 years.
Yep.
To how many touchdowns?
0.
Oh.
And also coming into this last game, had a total of an average of 7 points.
7 points per game.
That's 1 touchdown, just for those who don't understand football.
And
now this game, atrocious. We'll get into it, but I don't know what Toronto did, and I applaud them.
Toronto outplayed BC in every aspect of the game.
Yep.
And see, that's a difference between fans of the game and the Smurf Mafia. And I hope you're listening, Mr. Riley Russo, because you're the biggest Smurf Mafia fool out there. You come at us on every chance you get. You're an idiot. It's that simple. The power rankings last week were based on the fact that your team lost. Not only did they lose, they got dominated on every aspect of the game. They scored 6 points. Our Lions lost this week. Atrociously, but we scored 24 points. Not just 6. We actually scored touchdowns. You know those things? You know? I mean, you guys went up against Montreal this week and could only manage 17 points.
Well, no, to be fair, I did have Montreal ahead of them in the standing, so at least it's a close.
Yes,
it's close, right? Like
exactly.
Looking at the standings and looking at it right now, and I haven't.
You got me wound up there, dude.
I haven't even looked at the stats and in depth anything. I'm going to make a generalized prediction that it's probably going to be Toronto first. They're the only undefeated team. Then BC, then Winnipeg.
If we don't put it that way.
No, and I want to explain this because it's going to get taken out of context. I'm going to clip this, and I'm going to ensure the entire thing is here for you guys to understand.
Speak slowly because it's a Smurf Mafia.
BC lost to Toronto, right? So Toronto's up here. BC lost to them, but BC beat Winnipeg. So you can't put BC below Winnipeg because BC proved that they can put their dick in your mouth. Winnipeg lost brutally to BC. Which means which means Winnipeg would lose horribly to Toronto. I'm just going to lay this out in a perfect line for you. Right? So you're here. You can suck one of these.
Blue, too. Okay, so... Wow, we got wound up there, didn't we?
No, I'm quite calm, actually.
Yeah, we are. So the first game of the week, we saw Edmonton go into Ottawa, and this was being referred to as a toilet bowl game. Because they were both winless.
And to be completely honest, I'm probably going to be quiet here to rest my voice because I do like to speak a lot. But also, I didn't watch any of these games.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, I flipped a coin and Edmonton won.
On your coin flip?
On my coin flip. So I took Edmonton in this game.
Who picked Ottawa?
Did you pick Ottawa? Did you? So Edmonton showed who they are. They suck. It's going to be really interesting. The final score was 26-7. I will do a recap later tomorrow probably and post it on hughes.ca.
Did you not update all the scores?
Yes, I did.
Argonauts 43 at Edmonton 31. You did not.
You did not. Look, I did it on mine. You guys have no idea what we're talking about. Look,
that's wild. Yeah. Oh no, you did not.
Oh, I didn't correct that one.
Or you didn't hit the save button.
Maybe I didn't push the save button. Anyways, so Edmonton's got some troubles. Edmonton needs to figure it out and figure it out fast. I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. I've been talking to a lot of people who are in the know in football and kind of asking what's going on? Like, what's going to happen? Because you've got Jones, who I was going to say Jim Jones. You don't want to know who Jim Jones is. Who is coach and GM. He brought in all his people when he went to Edmonton. So they're all very, very loyal to Jones. What do? Do you fire him as GM so he can just concentrate on coaching and then have G. Roy Simon step in and be the GM? It's a possibility. I think there's one more week left in Jones's contract, to be honest. I think another loss going in next week. I got to look to see who they play next week because I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, they play Edmonton. They play Saskatchewan in Saskatchewan. They go in there and lose. I think Jones is done.
But I don't know what you can do. And then before we get too far, our friend of the show, Rod Peterson, messaged in. Very brave to be wearing Lions jerseys. Drink the Kool-Aid.
Drink the Kool-Aid. Jim Jones. He knows who I'm talking about. He's funny. So yeah, I honestly, I think if they go 0-5, they got to make some drastic changes. They're playing roulette with their QB.
Well, yeah, Cornelius is starting this next week.
Yeah, well, they don't know if he's starting. He took first.
No, it was announced today. Before
was it? Oh,
on
okay.
my way into town.
So, I mean, who knows? You never know. They could come out and kick Ryder's butt, and all is well, and they go on to... I remember a certain team who went 0-5, and...
No, you cannot compare those two teams, because the team that went on 0-5 was losing 25-26.
Yes, they were.
At the last second of the game. They're not losing 26-7.
2011, wasn't it? Was it when we won the Grey Cup?
I don't remember.
Me neither. Anyway, lots of changes. Ottawa, to be honest, they didn't look that good either. They were just better than Edmonton. Then that was Friday. Then we went to Saturday. Into Montreal goes Smurf Mafia. And you know what? I wasn't that impressed with. There was a 2-hour rain delay, and Mafia's going, oh, that's why the team didn't play as well as they should have, because they had a 2-hour. Get over it. You sat in the freaking dressing room. You didn't play that well. I mean, you beat Montreal. Sure, good. They were undefeated. They were ahead of you in the stats, which they should have been. Don't get upset now. They should have been ahead of you. Now you will be in front of them. It's okay. We'll give you hugs. Free hugs all week. Just all you got to do is call. They beat them 17-3. Kudos. It wasn't that great of a game, to be honest. And then there was no game Sunday.
No, I don't want to hear shit from you. No. Do not get ready for an old man rant, because I think it was last week you said, and I'm going to quote here, 4 games is too many games. 4 games, too many games. 4 games a week, too many games in a week. So now you're going to complain that there wasn't 4 games.
3 teams had a bye.
Welcome to the CFL.
You don't need to do that.
Apparently they do.
You don't. Everybody's like, "Oh, you try to put a schedule together and not give teams."
No. That I don't. You can do that, no problem.
It's Canada Day, a long weekend.
How many people do you know who are in town? How full was the Toronto Stadium today on a Monday?
Oh my God,
the
it was
long weekend
horrible.
Monday. How was
No, this was horrible. If you want consistency, you want fans knowing that you're going to play every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then on the long weekend. I had no game to watch on the Sunday. It was piss poor scheduling. Poor scheduling. That's what I say.
Folks, again, let's remember last week he went on a rant about how 4 games a week is too much. And that
Then put 2 on Friday and 2 on Sunday. 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday.
Why do you need to have Sunday? Sunday would be the worst day for you to put on a game numbers-wise. How many people
Folks, sometimes he just argues for the sake of arguing.
No,
he
look at the
freaking pisses. Watch the language.
Look at
the
numbers.
He freaking pisses me off.
Look at the numbers.
I hit you again.
Look at the numbers.
Is that child abuse?
Look at the numbers.
Look at the numbers.
Look
at
at
the numbers. You're such a nerd with your numbers.
God forbid, someone who is trying to argue logic and sense uses numbers and facts to argue with you. And I know it's shocking. It hurts a little bit. You'll be fine.
You're walking to Edmonton.
So, a Sunday game on a long weekend is akin to putting a bullet into your knee and then being like, why do I have to go to the hospital? No one's going to be around.
What kind of analogy is that?
No one's going to be around on a Sunday of a long weekend.
Well, nobody's going to be around on a Saturday. Nobody's going to be around on a Friday. So why play those days?
I 100% agree on the Saturday. You should have had a doubleheader on Friday and the Monday nighter.
And you know what? If you would have had a doubleheader on Friday and the Monday, I probably would have been happier.
Who cares if you have three or 4
teams
games?
with a bye?
Why?
It's dumb.
Why?
It's dumb. I'm telling you.
Why?
Because it's dumb. That's just it.
So because you're old and it's always been done this way. This is we need to do it. And now let's talk about tonight's game. Now that we got through Sunday, where the old man threw a little fit, just almost as bad as the people on Facebook groups complaining. Let's talk about.
Let's talk about this. Oh,
so,
do you remember? I remember a story with this one. Go ahead.
So, I, as a kid, used to have one of those horns, and I used to annoy the
not a push button air horn.
No, one of the blow horns, one of the vuvuzelas that used to.
What are they called?
Vuvuzelas. And
I love when he says it
because that's watching soccer.
That's what they're called.
In Brazil, they're called vuvuzelas.
Vuvuzelas.
Zuela.
Okay.
But moving on. I used to annoy the shit out of
fucking horn that you blow.
Yeah. Mine was retractable, so it was nice and easy to carry around. Yes. You'd slap it in, be good to go to the game, make obnoxious noises, especially living in Calgary, cheering for the Lions.
It was fun.
It was fun. Now, 3 years ago, it was before COVID.
It was before COVID.
There was a kid who, behind us, probably a row or two.
Yep.
That the exact same thing, but for cheering for the Stampeders.
Yeah.
Every play hit the horn. It bugged me. 100% it did. 100%. But you know what? Shut up. Didn't say a thing. No, I didn't. You brought it up.
You bitched about it.
No, I did not.
You bitched about how irritating it was.
No, I did not.
And I went, excuse me?
No, I did not.
You did.
No, I didn't, because you saw it because he did it and my eye twitched. And you said, really? But on Facebook last night, all over the place, Twitter, everywhere, there was a bunch of angry 50-plus-year-old men who apparently have nothing better to do in life than sit on Facebook and post in groups. Sorry, am I targeting you?
Bitch.
Complaining about these horns. They take away from the atmosphere of the game. They need to turn. You can't be letting kids be blowing horns. It's distracting.
So if you didn't watch the game during the Montreal loss, it was nonstop horns.
Good.
There was a lot of horns.
You know what that
Good
means?
on 'em.
You know what that means?
They've got engaged fans.
There's people there who give a fuck.
Yeah, watch your language. We're on Facebook.
I don't.
You can't swear on Facebook.
Come at me, Zucker.
You
What, you're gonna fight me like you're gonna fight Elon?
Wow, he's feisty tonight. So then we had no Sunday, and they blew horns on Friday, Saturday.
People lost
and
their minds.
then they blew all the way into Monday, and then the Canucks blew, or the Canucks. BC.
Well, it's akin to Canucks loss.
Yeah. BC blew it tonight. Takes a team to lose. It takes a team to win. But having said that,
I was gonna say, doesn't
holy
take
crap, man, that's like 6 holes. That's not good for you. It literally, this loss has to sit right on the hands of Vernon Adams Jr. Last I looked, there was 5 interceptions. I think you said there was one more, so there was 6 interceptions.
The 6th one went for a pick 6.
Oh, was it a pick 6? They went to 45.
Yep.
Folks, they weren't just like really good plays by Toronto.
There was a couple.
There was a
2.
couple.
1 or 2, I believe, that were really great plays.
And if it was just 1 or 2, we wouldn't be talking about
100%.
it because BC probably would have won the game. But there was 6.
So no, let's
3 of them that I saw, I was passing to Jake. It was like a perfect, like, freaking linebackers freaking wet dream to get these picks.
Let's rewind a little bit. Let's start at the beginning of the game. Yeah, God forbid we tell a story with our words.
What?
The Lions came out in the first quarter and took it to Toronto.
They did.
At the end of the first quarter, how many yards did Toronto have?
0.
They had zero yards.
Net yards. They had like the net yards at 0. Actually, they were minus because of penalties.
They were
0. They go to 0 net yards.
No, they were 0 because of the sacks.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Not the
sacks. Yes, that's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah, so they net 0 yards.
Yes.
The Lions, I think, had 5 for 6 first downs, 100 yards of total offense. And then the second quarter happened, and I don't know. And there's not this moment it happened. Vernon Adams felt panicked.
You could see the panic in his eyes.
I wouldn't say in his eyes, from his body movement.
No, you can see it in his eyes.
Well, you might be able to, but can you see his eyes?
Yes, I did. He was panicking.
All right.
Yeah, I said it. Fudge. Kid slow.
And Vernon Adams Jr. was never able to recompose himself.
No.
And that's where the issue lays. Like 100%,
He just got worse.
It got worse, and then he panicked, and then he made bad decisions because he was panicking, because he was trying to make up for his past mistakes.
He almost got injured, and it looked so bad. Like he got hit top and bottom going the opposite direction and bent in half.
Yep.
The way you're not supposed to bend. But it was all because he was trying to make things happen rather than making things happen. Does that make sense what I'm saying there?
It does make sense, and I don't think that's the case, to be completely honest. In that play.
Fuck, the sky's blue.
Yeah, the sky is blue. Actually, right now it might be cloudy.
Ow! Why you hit me like that for? This is why we never do this in the same room.
So, like, his running, I'll never have an issue with. Him deciding to take off on feet.
No. He's throwing the ball to the wrong color. I have an issue with.
And it wasn't just one time. It was time after time after time after time. And there was 6 interceptions, but there was 7 or 8 plays where he threw into double coverage.
Oh, or triple coverage.
And no one was able to catch the ball. No one could catch the ball.
And let's give it to Toronto. Toronto literally picked us apart defensively. Kelly was freaking on fire. I wish I could go to like this button here on the...
No, go Game Center.
I'll go Game Tracker. And let's see if we can actually get some stats. I can't guarantee these are accurate. I always... Uh-oh. Yeah.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for player stats. Who? Player stats. Vernon. No, I wanted to go to Kelly. Kelly went 23 for 29, only 249 yards. Really not that great when
But he didn't need to. Look at
you look
when you
at
get when you get the ball at the 30-yard line, you don't need to go 50, 60 yards.
Well, now you remember Vernon Adams came into this game with a 77% completion percentage.
Yep.
This game he went 24 for 39.
So what's that? 56%, 57%?
Yeah, and 388 yards. He averaged 9.9 yards. The biggest thing is the 6 interceptions. He scored 3 touchdowns. Not too bad, really.
Sorry, it's 61.5%.
Yeah, so take away those 6 interceptions. I think they scored 4 times off the turnovers.
Yep.
Because 3 times the intercepted
and then drove the ball down.
Yeah, it was like
at the
30-yard line, 40-yard line.
The last interception was a pick 6.
So you take those off the board, all of a sudden BC's right in this game, if not winning this game.
Yeah.
So the reason we went through all that is one player doesn't cause a team to lose, but this loss has to sit in the hands, of Vernon Adams. And you could see him on the bench talking to the offensive coordinator.
Terrible names.
And
not sitting with the offensive coordinator, sitting with the quarterback coach.
The quarterback coach.
Offensive coordinator sits up.
Yeah, and you could see the frustration, the absolute. And I took a little bit of joy, not the joy that he was sad or he was frustrated, but it showed me he understood that this fell on him.
Yeah.
This was a total messy game. Get rid of it early, Vernon. That's what I'm hoping this is. Out of your system now.
Yeah.
And let's carry on.
Well, and there was no running game from the lines. Like, looking at the stats right in front of us, we had 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 attempts. 14 attempts.
Yeah.
2 of them are a quarterback. So 4 of the rushes are a quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at rushing, we had
52 yards of rushing versus 106.
Yeah.
Like, there needs to be, and maybe it's on play calling. Maybe it's play calling. And I know Ms. I can't think of his name, our running back, Mazzarni,
whatever. Yeah.
Was on the bench at one point.
Was he?
They mentioned that the sideline reporter said he was on the bench, and Mazzell was on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the total yards. I mean, 22 yards is our biggest. With 2 players hitting 22 yards, Mackey's got -2. I mean, like, it's just
that's a fullback. That's.
But still, it wasn't a great game all around. No. And let's give Toronto the credit that Toronto deserves, because we're not the Smurf Mafia.
Well, and
we were orange. We bleed freaking black and orange, but Toronto played a very, very good game.
And I can look at the offense and say there's a lot of issues. Defensively, I don't think there was that many issues. Chad Kelly was just able to find either the soft spot in the zone or the man-on-man coverage that he was able to exploit.
Well, yeah.
Plus, starting on the 30 or 40-yard line for 3 drives.
Makes it really easy. When you look at net offense, you got 413 net offense for BC and 329 for Toronto. So, I mean, defensively, it wasn't that bad. It's really easy to score a touchdown when you're starting every freaking series at the 40-yard line.
Look at overtime, the mini games in overtime. There's a reason why you almost guaranteed to get points. But don't get me wrong, Chad Kelly came out there and proved the Toronto Argonauts deserve to be at the upper echelon of the CFL this year. Yes,
they are the top team. If anybody wants to argue that point, look at the stats, boys. Look at the standings. They are 3-0. Everybody else is 3-1, 3-1, and then down from there. They're a good team. Did BC play the best against them? No,
but
offensively we sucked.
Yeah.
But defensively we played well. I think Kelly's one of the smartest QBs in the league as far as Just watching him pick a defense apart.
Yeah, but again, he found those soft zones. He found the matchups, and it's very easy for us to sit back and watch. Oh yeah, he found like there are times where you could see him go 1, 2, no, 3, no, 4, no, 3. Okay, yeah, there's 3.
Yes,
and you could see it because he's very active, and there's a lot of quarterbacks, and I always go back to Jake Mayer and Bo Levi in second and long situations where they key on a player and they stare them down. When you have that mobility as a quarterback, who also has the legs to run for 4 yards if need be, what as a defense are you supposed to do? I'm on my guy, but if I take my eyes off the quarterback, he's burning me for 10 yards.
Well, exactly.
If I take my eye off the receiver, he's going to find that soft spot, and they're burning us for 10 yards. It's a lose-lose situation.
Exactly. So we go into week 5. You look at the standings now. You've got BC still in front in the West with 3-1 because, sorry, Smurf Mafia, take it. Mute me. Just mute me, Smurf Mafia. We beat you, so we get to be in first. And then the Bombers. Then can you go back to the West?
No, because that was not the right standing. And they still haven't updated this.
They haven't updated it at all. It's amazing. The CFL just amazes me. But anyways, it's going to be BC, Winnipeg, Saskatchewan, Calgary, Edmonton in the West. And in the East, it's going to be Toronto, Montreal, Hamilton, Ottawa. Or is it Ottawa, Hamilton? One of the two. So, Ottawa, Hamilton. Are they updated? No, they're not updated yet. How can it not update automatically? Like, it's just bizarre. They paid all this money for this new stat company and but honestly,
you can't. No.
Mistake.
You cannot. And Randy Ambrosi did this, and we haven't gotten into it. He threw it at the bottom of Genius Sports' feet.
Yes,
it's not their fault.
No, this is CFL. This is a CFL. So next week, 4 games on the schedule: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday games. Thursday, we have Edmonton at Saskatchewan.
I cannot take Edmonton under any circumstances that football related.
Are we going to both take Riders?
I think you have to.
Doesn't it taste dirty though?
All I can taste is Halls.
Because he's had since we started this 1, 2, 3.
That's it.
That's it. Well, you hid one. There was 4.
No.
So we both taken Saskatchewan. I think Jones is done. Then Friday, we have Calgary going into Winnipeg.
No, I'm no betting. That's not true. I am a betting man.
I was going to say, excuse me.
If Calgary is given 6.5 points, which is probably close to what they're getting, I'm taking Calgary with the point spread.
Oh, really?
The negative, like minus 6.5 points. I think it's going to be closer than people think. However, I straight up pick them. Winnipeg.
I got to take Winnipeg, pick them. I might take the 6.5 points. If they're giving me 6.5 points.
Ottawa and Hamilton on Saturday.
Toss up here, right? It's another toss up.
I think
both teams have won 1 game.
No, did Hamilton win this week?
No, Hamilton didn't play
this week.
Yeah, okay, sorry. No. So Ottawa's got a win. Hamilton doesn't have a win.
I think Hamilton.
Oh, look. You know what's funny is the records are updated on the weeks
on the site, but nowhere else.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Anyway, who are you taking in that one?
I'm taking Hamilton. I think the week off gives I can't think of their quarterback name right now. Mackey? No. Whatever their Schiltz. Time to
Schiltz Creek, right, Rod?
To get first round or first rep practices in. And I think that's going to make all the difference.
I agree.
In a bottom of the East Bowl.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I'll take Hamilton as well, just because. And then the Sunday game, we have Montreal at BC.
Like, I'm going to choose BC.
I'm going to choose BC.
But if we see this version of Vernon Adams,
we're in trouble. Montreal's going to kill us.
Rick Campbell has to have a short leash.
Yeah, because Fajardo's going to be out to prove the last game was just a blip.
Yeah.
And he's going to want to come out and show that he has what it takes. I would take Pick'em, BC. You'd have to give me points to take BC if I'm betting.
Really?
Yeah, you would.
Like 2.5 points, or are you thinking like 6.5?
Probably 2.5.
Wow.
Yeah, because you're not going to get, if someone's going to give you a 6.5, I'd jump on that all over that.
That's why I was like, do
Right.
you think it's that big of a...
It's going to be a close game.
I think Montreal is getting the points. I think Montreal is going to be or BC is going to get plus 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
I might take that.
Oh.
I don't know if I'd take 2.5, but I might take 3.5.
Fair.
Yeah, you never know. So that's our picks. So we're going to go Saskatchewan, Winnipeg, Hamilton, and BC.
Wow, we picked all the same teams this week.
Weird, eh?
Well, I mean,
probably because we're in the same room.
No, I think it's because
the games kind of dictate who.
Well, and I mean, Ottawa, Hamilton, you could go either way, but every other
coin
game,
flip.
Every other game, unless you're giving me points.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Nothing would make me happier on a Friday night
than to see Calgary take it to Colaris and the
not just beat them, like do it like 30-2 or something. It would just make my life. It's Smurf Mafia. I'm joking. Take a deep breath.
If you need his address at any time,
guys,
again, write your complaint on a napkin.
As I said on the Rod Peterson show, when I was on it the last week, and Rod's always like literally pushing my buttons just before I come on the air,
or trying to anyway.
Yes. I love football. You know what the best part of football is? Is the back and forth that you can have. Kibitzing back. And kibitzing? Is that a word? Kibitzing.
I don't know. You just made it up.
I made it up. Back and forth. Does Smurf Mafia get under my skin? Yeah. They actually, I'm going to pull this up. Where did it go?
Just so we're clear here, kibitzing. Look on and offer unwelcome advice, especially at a card game.
So, yeah, you're kibitzing back and forth.
Oh, this power ranking hurts my brain. I'm sorry.
So, some guy, I don't even know who he is, Terry Pitzel, puts out power rankings because everybody now is putting out their own power rankings because the boy put out a power ranking that the Smurf Mafia. When I say they lost their mind, you should have seen it. There was probably 500 comments on it on different sites.
Again, which is great. I like, people are always like, oh, it's got to be annoying. Yeah, it is. I turn off. I literally don't have Facebook notification. So if you're watching this and you see that I don't reply to your comments, you're like, oh, shut him up. No, I have a life outside of sitting on Facebook and yelling at people.
He doesn't live in his mummy's basement like some of you do. But they lost it. They literally lost their mind. So, Terry, I'm gonna give you your 15 minutes of fame or 15 seconds of fame or stupidity.
Well, I mean, to be fair, there's no fame associated with this podcast. Remember, we don't know what we're talking about.
Right. That was a big thing. There's
no credibility here.
Yeah, we don't know football. We have no clue what we're talking about. When I actually told them that, well, seeing that we have a podcast that averages about 2,500 downloads every single week, and I actually work for a sports talk show that's on television 5 days a week for 2 hours. And I don't know anything about sports.
And I officiate amateur football.
You played football.
I played football for many years.
But we don't know anything about the sport. But Terry apparently knows football. Okay, Terry Pitzel, this is your 15 seconds of fame. Or shame. So his power rankings.
There, it could be a woman.
There. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it could be. It's an I. It's got TRRI, so it could be they.
Yep.
Them. Whatever they want to call themselves.
Yeah, Terry's power rankings.
His number one is Toronto.
They have number one pick as Toronto, which I think we all agree with.
Yes, very good, Terry. Very, very good. From here, it goes downhill, folks. He's put his number two as Winnipeg.
They put number two as Winnipeg.
They put their number two pick as Winnipeg.
Who, don't get me wrong, came off a win this week. Not a convincing win, but a win.
And BC in number three.
Who came off a loss. Wait a second. They beat Winnipeg 2 weeks ago.
And Winnipeg only scored 17 points in their win. We scored 24 points in our loss.
Yeah.
We have more points. We have more yardage.
Our point differential is worse. I will give them that. Our point differential is worse this week.
This
week, overall, our point differential is still... we are the best defense.
But then he's got Montreal, Saskatchewan, Calgary, Ottawa, Hamilton, Edmonton.
Again,
could argue about the bottom five.
But to me, I mean, again, you're missing a couple teams like Laval, like the local team here, and then Edmonton. There's a bit of a gap here. Like Airdrie Irish might be up there.
Church Chargers.
Yeah, you know.
They could be in ninth.
They could be.
They could be in ninth.
I
but
mean,
then
the way Edmonton's been playing.
So, Terry, there's your 15 seconds of fame, you fool.
But
And then Riley Russo I posted in the CFL.
we're not
chatter.
No. We're not gonna turn this into a bitch. We're not gonna turn this into a bitch fest for the last 10 minutes of the show.
Fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pulling the plug on this because my voice hurts and I want to go home and go.
And I'm about to go on a rant.
You know what? You can, after we turn down the show, turn off the show. You can
Turn down? We're going to turn it down, are we?
Well, I need to turn it down because my voice is hurting.
Pumpkin.
We're going to turn off the show. I'll hit the download button. I'll go home, and when I do that, you can go on.
Oh, you wait till you go home. Who am I going to rant to?
Oh, I was going to say you can go onto the groups and start typing out your
and then
rants.
I can rant on the
You can rant
Odyssey.
all
Okay.
by yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. But folks, that has been the show for the July 3rd week.
Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day. If you are down in the States, happy Fireworks and Chaos Day.
Happy July 4th Independence Day?
Yes.
Independence Day.
They don't even really call it that. It's literally known as July 4th.
I really want to talk next week because next Monday we'd be able to talk about it, I think. I'm not sure how far along the main event will be. I'm just going to say main event because you'll know what I'm talking about.
They'll be through day one.
Well, there'll be, yeah. So maybe next week we'll talk some poker because we kind of like poker and it's our podcast, so we could talk about anything we want.
Wait, this is our podcast?
Oh, sorry, it's his podcast. I'm just the co-host.
Don't.
He's unplugging me. So what are you doing? What are you doing? He's going to hit me, folks. Folks, this is elder abuse. Can someone... What is he doing? Oh, he's got a pen.
Whose show is it?
Your show. Don't hit me. See, folks, this is what happens. This is why he has to be in a separate room.
Folks,
so till next week.
Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything. He's very concerned about this. All I had to do was get up and grab something.
I didn't know if you grabbed a knife, a gun.
You
hang out with Americans.
That's fair. Check us out at hughesports.ca. There'll be all sorts of fun, amazing articles. And remember, apparently, this is my goddamn show.